Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and we recently got our ILR, and in this video I'm going to talk about what is so good about ILR, like what is the point. And I thought that the best person to tell us would be Edward. Edward here has wanted ILR for a long time. Every time, like all the years we've been here, every time I'm like, oh, well, let's go to Uganda. No, we don't have ILR. That's what he would say. So I thought Edward would tell us, like, what does it feel like to be on the other side as someone who has got ILR? First of all, how do you feel?
It's like it's not real, It's like it's not real. ILR is something very important. It's very exciting. Up to now, I'm very, very happy because you no longer pay for the visas. Number one,
no more visa fees.
Number two, you're like a citizen, but though there is only one step remaining, the passport, and yeah, there's always a fallback position because I was looking for a fallback position.
What do you mean a fallback position?
As in, like, when I left Uganda, I knew that, okay, I'd left Uganda, now I wanted to make this place my home, you understand? So, if you think about going back to Uganda without getting the ILR, you know how many people can talk about you?
Is that the point other people talking about you?
What do you mean is that the point? How does it look? What did you go to do? That means you don't complete the whatever the job. That is it.
I think for me it's not about other people, to be honest.
Yeah. It's just in human nature that our lives are based on ourselves, but also the external people also kind of influence that. You understand? There's no way you can cut out other people. You understand? The fact that all the other people, all that, you came to the UK. What are you taking back? You understand?
So actually, I've watched a video by someone who went back to Uganda. She was that years, and I found the story so like inspirational. She's tired, but the thing is, even me, I want to go back at some point. But going back when you don't have this backup plan. So I get what you mean. That actually it helps that even if you go back, if something happens, then maybe you've got citizenship, or if you go back and realize actually it's not all that good, you can just go back.
But in all this, everyone wants to go back.
Yeah, me, I want to go back. Me, I do want to go back. People in the comments, pray for us because we don't know how will we manage. I want to go back. I want to go back. So I don't know. Subscribe so you see how it pans out.
So anyway, definitely you are basically a citizen.
You're not. You're a permanent resident. You're not a citizen.
What's up to you?
No, but that's the truth. That's the no. You're not a citizen.
What the difference is that you don't have a passport, but everything else you're using it.
Okay.
Everything
else, like what? What can you use now that you couldn't use before?
What you can use now, for example, let me compare from where I was from to where I am right now. In Uganda, if you're doing your job and then you have some, let's say, some wrangles with your boss or what, or you're tired of their business, then you leave that job. Trust me, ugenda kuddayo waka olina amatooke n'amayuni. Okay? Those who don't know what that means, if you leave your job in Uganda, you go back home and go to the farm, dig, grow some bananas and yams, and then you feed your family and also feed yourself. You understand? And at the same time, as in the African traditional society, people will talk about you and say that oh, he has come back, he got married and all that kind of stuff, and oh, he doesn't know where to go, because it is human nature that, as you understand, as I always tell you, that it's human nature that not everyone will like you. That's all.
Yeah.
Number two, people will always wait for you to fail. You understand? Whether what or what. There are people who want you to succeed, but there will always be that percentage of people who don't want you to succeed.
Yes.
And I used to tell you that, and you used to say, no.
because me I'm so positive.
Because
But
you live
no,
in a naive world. You're naive. That's
I
what I'm
agree. There are people who don't like you.
There are people
but
who don't like you.
I don't focus on those ones.
Atenze
Not really, by the way.
Hmm?
Because now it's because you focus so much on them. The body of
It's not
Banja
focusing on
even
them.
more.
It's not focusing on them.
Me ignore that others.
It's about knowing. You can ignore them, but if they find you understand? they don't find you like this, but if you lose your guard, you understand? When you realize that someone doesn't like you, you have to be cautious. You won't be, doing the same things you are doing. You know that like that kind of pretense thing in Uganda whereby people have wrangles or something like that, and they go to parties and everyone is like, but in the back of their mind they are not putting it out. You understand? Me if someone annoys me, of course some people have annoyed me in Uganda, and I tell them, at the end of it all, you become enemies. You understand? So back to my point.
Yeah, because what's the point? Because the question was, what are the things that you can use now that you couldn't use before?
I'll just having ILR for the viewers to move. Abantu abataina gundi, that IQ, that thinking IQ of gundi.
Like me, the ones who are like me.
Yes, that's socially. There's a category. There is that category.
Street smart.
That street smart. I promise you, I will get my and I will dunk it into your cocoa that like tell you that. Yeah.
So okay, fine. So the point was
in Uganda.
The point was ILR. Like
what? The difference. With ILR, because before you're on visas and you're temporary kind of thing, but in Uganda, if you leave your job or they fire you or anything like that,
you go and farm.
That's it.
If you have land, and what if you don't have land?
Generally, you become extinct.
No, really. Okay, yes. Life is hard.
Life is hard.
While
here, if you lose your job, there's a safety net,
which is
they can put you on the benefit system and support you, and you can support your family. Secondly, here they are different.
So that's the public funds. So you have
public funds.
You have access to public funds now. So that means you can get those housing benefits, there's child benefits. There are all these kind of benefits, which we don't qualify for. But we hope we never. I wouldn't want to qualify for them, because it means if your salary is, first of all, below a certain threshold, then now they need to help you financially. And for me, honestly, I've always told Edward that it's not something I would want. Like, I don't want to be on benefits, God forbid, because that means that I tell you, life has become so hard financially. While at the same time, I understand your point that if case it was to happen, but then at the same time, that's why I have income protection. People get income protection insurance. I made a video about that, income protection insurance, life insurance, and other insurance that I think you should have, and I'll link that up below and below, up and down below. Because the money they give is so little as well, like the quality of life can go so down.
The money is so little, but what it helps you in your mental health if you're trying to switch a job or something like that.
To know that you have a safety net.
You have a safety net. In Uganda, you don't have.
Okay, fine.
You understand?
Yeah.
I know people who have lost their jobs and they don't have a safety net and they are stranded.
Okay, fine.
Number 2. With indefinite leave, I can travel anywhere I want in Europe, and I stay there for.
With indefinite leave?
Yes.
I didn't know about
Daniel's told me that.
Okay.
Greg Daniels told me that.
Greg, it was you.
With indefinite leave, I can just go. Whether Portugal, whether Spain or what, stay there for 6 months. No one will ever question me and ask me any question and tell me. I can just go, I can go and see my second team, Real Madrid, anything I want. You understand?
Yeah.
With indefinite leave, I have a peace of mind.
Okay. So I think for me, I'll be looking forward to that for the passport stage. When you have indefinite leave, then 1 year later, you can apply for citizenship, which is what we are planning to do. So I think for me, I would look forward to that now, actually, because then you can travel easily when you have a British passport. Yeah.
So I was telling you, with indefinite leave, you have a peace of mind. You understand? Those visa fees is not something simple. You understand? It's not something simple. It's not something cheap. Someone to stand and tell you that bring 6,000 something pounds just for visa fees. And the good thing is that we were exempted from
health surcharge.
Health surcharge because you work in the NHS.
But that's only the last 2 visas, because before we're paying
but before we're paying it, and right now they are undergoing discussions to increase the health surcharge to £1,000 per person.
They keep increasing
per
every
year,
time,
and every time they keep on increasing.
And for some time it's like you're working for home office. Every time you're working, saving for visa for those first years.
So another point, with indefinite leave, the kids now can become citizens. You understand? Most of my friends ask me,
that's if they were born in the UK, I think.
Most of my friends ask me, your kids were born in the UK. Are they citizens? I tell them no, they are not. They get surprised. What?
I know UK is so fake. It's not like America. America, you can be.
Yeah. So with indefinite leave, everything is open. Can even get a student loan and go and study. Can you understand? Everything is you're unequal thing, unequal. You're on the same platform with these guys. You understand? But before, you're ever worried. You understand? They say no using public funds. Yet for them they are using public funds. And for you,
and you're paying for the
and
public
funds.
You're contributing to the public funds.
You're paying the taxes. You understand? But you're not getting the public funds. Yeah. It's not,
But we still want to get them, by the way. So
I understand. There are some public funds you can qualify for.
Yes, like child care.
Yeah, like child care or something like that.
You get more hours.
You get more hours or something like that.
Yeah.
You understand? People, when we talk about public funds, people take it in a bad way that someone getting public funds is not working, it's not this and this. Yeah. But once you're in that situation, you understand the benefit of that. You understand? The problem is people have this problem. People have a problem whereby they feel that they get ashamed. Banda bantia, ngandi wali, funye public fund, oba nkoze echi oba bichi. But on that very thing, that very time that you're suffering, that person who is looking at you, they don't care.
But that's what I've been talking about as well. That I don't care about what people think.
Chocho you get what don't you take it chinagamba. She's not just okay, but you translate for them. Translate for them. Take chingamba. Yeah? Is it me? I have been in the African tradition. I've been in an African setting. And I know how people behave when someone fails. You understand? I have been in an African setting and I know in case our marriage fails, let me give you an example. In case our marriage fails and you go back home,
God forbid,
and you go back home, they'll say what? They'll make it. They'll talk about it. They'll say, Sisi, her marriage failed and this.
But do you think I would care, honestly? Now let us see. For me, would I care?
That is what you're saying, that you wouldn't care.
But it's the truth, though.
That is what you say
anyway,
right
you can't know, but I guess for me, my feeling is that
that is the same thing you're saying right now.
Yeah.
That's why I gave you the example of when I had the family issue. Yeah, that family issue, and I said I wouldn't care. But when I got here, I was alone and everything and all that, and it started affecting me.
Which family issue? The other one?
Yeah, the other one. Okay. The other person.
Okay. I've got it.
And not coordinating and
I've got it. So
when that family issue happened, it took me back and I started remembering how the things were. You understand? Wedding, this. Then I started remembering the things of childhood and this. You understand? So it hits back. At the end of the day, you're human.
Anyway, yeah.
You understand? You're human. You ojja kuva no wepa nkapa ugambe sijja kufa yo sijja kuda yo wa mama ngebichi those things. But the moment Auntie X starts talking about it and people start coming home and discussing it and you're there with the kids and you're just there, you're stranded, it will hit you like a hammer on a nail.
God forbid. Anyway, so the next, I think we are going off track a bit, Eduardo. But Auntie, we're talking about pros of ILR.
Okay, pros of ILR. Okay, guys. So, now I need to just switch off that side because once I open that cabinet.
Yeah, you're triggered. So another pro of ILR I was going to ask is about being a dependent on a visa. So you're no longer my dependent of visa.
Let me tell you
so
something.
Tell me about that, because I think that's also something really important.
Let me tell
you're now on your own. So actually now you can as well.
Actually now just.
Now the relationship might be at a risk because.
Now I leave you that dog are dependent on you.
Hey.
No. I'm not that kind of guy.
But tell us about that issue about having, your own visa, like your own immigration status as you now. You no longer have that dependent thing.
Depending on that visa thing. Because every time I would just think, Katibo, if you die, if you die, what happens? These guys would just pack me up, manzi.
By the way, that was a true fear, Edward, every time. In fact, that's why we go to life insurance. That's why I go to life insurance. Now, Edward had that fear, what if I die?
I don't have a house in Uganda. I'm here risking. I'm risking. Someone that and
it doesn't matter how you have that thing so much. This thing is about it's about your own life to be there and adjust your stress.
Let me tell you, viewers in the you guys in the comments, assure her. I want you to assure her that in the African traditional society, abantu basamanyo. Abantu basamanyo. And bayogera ebintu. And those things.
That is true, but we know for you. But for me, honestly, I'm telling you, all my life.
The problem here, oli gundi muzungu ali awe batyo niba ne bwayogera bane bakola kiye.
Ne wabati ali muzungu ze bonna
you didn't mind whatever. You wouldn't mind because here there is some sort of isolation which take people mind their business but
in Uganda everyone is in everyone's business.
It's a communal thing. Yeah? You imagine yourself you're saying you don't care. Then they make a party at home. Then your uncles come. Nga you know very well you had them over something over baba bagambe no uncle yagambe kino which chino. Nga they are all seated there. You're supposed to go and greet them and pretend.
So that's the
how would you act ngoli o manchino ayasa me ayogede ebintu.
So I don't think that me I would pretend. I'm not good at pretending.
Now that is it.
Right? So I think I'm not good at pretending. But for you are good at pretending.
I'm very good at pretending. I can hate you, but then
but it's not good. So for me, I'm not good at pretending. So for me personally, I'm the kind of person, as far as I remember most of my life, that I kind of do mostly what I want and I don't really care so much about what other people think. And I can't pretend. If I don't like you, that is it. Yeah.
But the thing is, the problem is not caring about what other people think about you.
Yeah.
What you're
saying.
You
have to release yourself from that thing.
What I've told you.
Because now you don't live your life.
What I've told you, it's human nature.
To some extent, yes.
If you don't want to care about that, then you have to forget it in your head, which is hard because every time you see the person, that is the first thing that will come out into your head. You understand? Yeah. The moment you see the person, unless you have poor memory of something you don't remember, but the moment you see the person, the moment you see that person, you remember that thing, the first thing. And if, no matter how much you think, unless you go on your plan, you're behind the door, then you see the person is, you realize the person is in the room, you put a smile, you've remembered the thing at that moment, then you come and you smile and you just be forgetting. But if it's a shock and you just turn around and look at that person.
Okay then, so back to the pros of ILR. So the other pro that I think is there is not depending on a job every time. Like, you know how every time you must have a job. So for instance, I've just applied for my ST4 application, that's higher training. And if I didn't have ILR, I would have that thing of no matter where they give me, I can go. Even when we're applying for core training on our preferencing, I usually put preference together, and we're like, what should we put? Should I put London? Should I put this? And Edward always was like, you know how when you're preferencing, you have to put your options and you have to put places where for me, I don't put me there. Did we have them? We did not, because we could go anywhere. Even if they say Isle of Man, Isle of Wight, we never know.
I told you, because
Leeds,
for me,
Liverpool.
Because number one, the UK, you always criticize me for comparing the UK to Uganda.
Yeah, I think it's
But that's where I used to live. That's where I was born. I am Ugandan. You understand?
Are you really? I thought you're not. That's the first time I've heard you saying that. You're Ugandan. Whether. Okay.
I'm a Ugandan.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm But generally, it's a bully. Getting ILR, I think, is the next thing. Yeah. Okay. Number 1, getting married. Number 2, having children. Getting ILR. I rank it somewhere.
In your life events.
I think at getting the British passport.
We'll come back.
Oh!
We'll come back and do another video.
Just prepare. I just wish. I wish you good. You Prince William oba never hurry. But because engeri gye promoting a UK one.
Already you're promoting a new. Kati now you become ambassador.
Banango bamujja mujje. Saka kyogera mu luzungu. Naye bamujja mujje wizi.
So anyway, there was that feeling of you can go anywhere. But now I don't want to go anywhere. Actually, I want to stay where we are now at the moment due to various reasons. Now I feel like if they don't give me here where I am, I can reject the offer and I look for other jobs. So that's the feeling that you have, that the freedom of not being tied to the job every time, the job. Secondly, in addition to that, there is more opportunities for like business. You can have another job. You can have, when you're on a visa, you're only allowed to do the job that you've been sponsored for. You're not allowed to do other jobs except maybe they say over 20 hours or maybe, yeah, actually 20 hours. I made another video about that. And you can't also start being self-employed, having a business. Like you can, but it becomes tricky. Even now, like my YouTube channel, like the income from YouTube, there was always that issue of, I kind of didn't want to do so much. Like I didn't want the channel to become too much in my head because I was like, I don't want to start crossing a certain threshold. I don't want the money to become too much because now I have to declare it to HMRC and then that might get me in problems. Or you can have other businesses of doing anything. So for example, I make cakes, which I started making now. Even like people ask me for orders, I'm like, okay, fine. But before, like you even fear to progress yourself financially in other aspects because the visa thing is on your head.
But that thing of the job, it was really the factors that were really worrying me. The thing of the job, and then the thing of the money they need, the job, the money they need, the job, the money.
Yeah.
Then finally, go and do an English test for me. Then go and do life in the UK. That one that's one I read with all my passion, with everything. I did everything.
Yeah.
But generally, what I'm telling you, okay, to leave those people will always talk. People will always talk. Oyo mwana oyo twamuwerera naye kati daba twerabidde. You understand? In English, you see that boy there. We took care of him, but he has forgotten us. You understand?
Yeah.
Someone cannot forget you if you are not there. What? For them. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Someone cannot forget you if you are not there for them.
So people's memory is selective. They start imagining they were there for you so much.
Yes, people start imagining.
They magnify
all those memories that we're there.
Or is it you who minimizes the memories and magnifies
the memories? Of course, I don't want to go into I won't say the names or anything like that. I won't. But when you look back, it's like those people came at the later stages
in your life.
You understand? Yet that time when you are growing up, you try to ask for help, but then they pushed you on the side. You understand?
Yeah.
But then now when things are becoming exciting, then that's when
they show up. So cliche.
Yeah, it's just not right. In my world,
yeah,
I cannot. It just doesn't add up.
Yeah.
It just doesn't add up.
So, I guess we've talked about all the pros for ILR that you can think of. What about you in your life? Are there any specific things you're going to do now that you have ILR, that like specific plans? I heard you talking about student loan and what?
Yeah, student loan. I'm still thinking. As I told you last time, I'm thinking I different things. Like we talked about me maybe doing medicine.
Doctor.
But that's crazy. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, I'll help you revise. When I get advice to do medicine, I'm like, why? For me, I was like, me personally, I don't know. I don't rate it that much.
But you people, I see the doctors. You get some good money. You know.
Yeah, but the work is too much. What about? I don't know anyway.
That's for you. You need work-life balance.
Yes.
But for me, when
work-life balance,
when I see the money you people get,
Zikolera,
I'm like,
but what about quality of life though? Because if we were both doctors at the same time, me, I'm happy you're not a doctor now, but if we were both doctors at the same time now, imagine, wouldn't be here with Micah now.
I'm giving myself maybe because now Micah is still here, I'm thinking I may start around there 29, something like that. If I'm to do it, take my time, you understand? Me, if I can be a doctor like for like 10 years, Mercedes Benz.
But can you see your motivation is not right? Your motivation is not right. Yeah. Chief first. Simani, are we in the same country? Or was the Dr. Zibakola is all that much? It's not, I'm telling you, not in
Just give it time. Remember I told you last time.
Edward always tells me that.
Remember I told you that time money was not there somehow.
Yeah.
But then when some time comes, and now this time the visa things are almost pitchy. The money is going to come like that. Then I'm going to do that course. Then the money is going to be more. Then they are the haters who want to join me. When they say if you can't defeat them, you join them. So the haters who want to join me, and I'll say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. But okay, cause now.
But do you remember when wine is where are we? Wine is for. Where is for? When you were saying you wanted to be a surgeon. Everybody you say you wanted to be a surgeon back in that day. And we had all planned that we were going to do medicine and you were going to be a surgeon, and me, I was not sure. Here you are. Maybe your dream is coming back now.
Physics,
yeah. But honestly,
you know those things, those days. You know, when you look back in S4 and all those times, it's like what I've noticed is that a child does something they're interested in. I was simply not interested in physics, math, chemistry, and biology. I was not. Okay, I didn't know the purpose of this and that, but I was not. You understand? And sometimes parents criticize children with that and that. But anyway, by the time I reached S4, I didn't even know what I wanted to do. You understand? So my mom went and got a place in a school, and they brought me a course, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. You understand? I didn't.
You didn't have. There was not much self-direction. You were doing what you're being told.
I think Uganda, they lack that self-direction.
Because that's how they raise kids. They raise kids to follow what you're being told. Always, no any self-agency.
Yeah, they're like no role models, no what.
Even they don't encourage you to be self-reliant to begin with from a young age. That's why I'm always trying to tell you to try and, because also you try and overdo it as well. Edward overdoes everything for the kids. And I'm always telling him to please, you know what, they need to be more independent. But sister, he's doing too much for them. So you need to reduce a bit on that, because you see that the effects in your life, you didn't like it. So you have to start early trying to decide for yourself.
Because the thing in Uganda, a child can get to like 23, 24, 25, 26,
and they're still a child.
27, 28, 29. They are still a child, like real backward sente, this, what, and all that.
You're not exempting yourself from that.
So I'm not accepting myself from that. You understand? I was also dependent on my parents for the larger part of that time, probably until 25 when I got a job. But here it's unheard of, because here
the economy, at least you can get a job at 16.
Get a job at 16, and this and that and that, and the child is independent. But in Uganda, it's like, and in Uganda, the thing is that when you try to discuss something with your parent and tell them this and that, they say, oh, don't do this, don't do that. But as I told you, for me, the parents I grew up with, because I told you that have two dads. You understand?
Yeah.
So my dad, when I say my dad, I mean the person I that took care of me. Okay,
Yeah.
after all that stuff and what. So my dad and my mom, they never ever oppose whatever I wanted to do. Even when I was reading and they would hear me play the guitar in the bedroom or something like that, never would they say, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. You understand? They would just say me, but are you reading? But that. But then when these other people came back into my life, that's when I started hearing words like, you're not supposed to tell me this. You're not supposed to. You understand? You're not supposed to. But I kind of understood later on in life that maybe they felt like as if I was undermining them. You understand? Maybe they felt that when they came back to my life in a later stage, they had done a lot. Yet to me, it wasn't near what my mom did for me. You understand?
Yeah.
Because my mom suffered that incident. Then
Was it one incident?
No, several times, you know. But she used to go, because now she got new kids in the new marriage, 3 kids and all that. So now we were 4. Me, the elder one, then 13 years apart, then the other one start the kids. But as in, like, she had to get the school fees for me, because of course I wasn't the child of my new my dad, you understand? So but my other dad was my okay, I don't know how to say it. Okay, my biological dad was not caring. You understand? Doesn't pay anything, doesn't do what, you understand? Yeah? Then the current the one I call my dad, he's good, he provides, you understand? Because now he has to provide for the other kids. 3 of them, he's not paying for them fees. All of them, the 3 kids. And you know how Uganda school fees is. It's ridiculous these days. I see people writing things. Is it functional fees? Like, what are you functioning in nurseries and primary schools? You understand? Such
So
things.
high.
It's so high. People are paying 2 million shillings. And what? I see on
that's another pro of ILR.
That's another pro of
ILR. It's not ILR.
General, even if but
here, a pro of being in the UK.
Here you don't pay.
You don't pay school
fees.
Pay
ridiculous fees.
Yeah.
So generally, he didn't provide financially. You understand? If he had come and provided emotional support and kind of like be there and tell me that, okay, I don't have the money, this and this and that, and maybe he is doing his behaving in the right way. You understand? Because also his behavior is out of this world. You understand? The way you take your life, the way you lead your life. I won't go into details, but the way my biological dad is leading his life, I don't.
But do you even know about it though? Because
I know.
So how do you know though?
People tell me.
Okay.
You understand?
But I feel
like his own. That's why I tell you that. In Uganda, they will talk about it.
But then what about, isn't that when we were in Uganda? Because we've been here for a while now. So do you still hear about?
No, I don't. Because I cut.
So now you don't know.
Yeah, I cut the ties. But for me, what I wanted is that even if you cannot afford, go and tell the person you cannot afford. Yeah, be there. Yeah. It is my mother who used to insist and send me there for holidays. I used to go. You understand? I used to go. He used to buy me some toys and all that. But I knew it was not enough, because at the same time, at a young age, from when I was, let me say, 10, my mother used to take me to a bank, and we get a loan to pay my fees. You understand?
And she would tell you?
Yeah, she would tell me, oh, this is fees, this is loan, I've got a loan. Like, she would tell me, I've got a loan. Yeah? And
that's a lot for a child, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot. Because the background of that, why she used to do that, is because she wanted to show me that
you need to read hard.
You need to read hard, but also she wanted to show me that she asked for help And I knew it, that she had asked for help.
How did you know? She would tell you.
You would be there, like you're playing and you're listening to conversations and what. That's the problem I had when I was young, is that since I witnessed that thing that he did to my mother,
Domestic violence,
beating her up
Yeah.
when I was there,
Yeah.
when I was 4 years.
Yeah.
So I was a bit cautious.
You are hyper vigilant.
Yeah, I was vigilant. I would listen to them while they were in conversations. A single, maybe my mother's going to my grandmother's home from my real father's side, whatever, father's side. So I'll listen and tap those conversations. I'll be playing there,
But you are hyper vigilant.
but I'll be vigilant. It's the same way when I enter a room, the first thing I'll see is the danger. You understand?
It's the same way how when before I had my therapy, and when Gabby would enter the kitchen and she would scare me, and I would get so scared. And then every time you're entering the room, you'd have to warn me. And remember, I used to ask me what was wrong with me, but actually it was the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just all unprocessed trauma.
So
and how it presents. Yeah.
So it's just that if you don't have the money or the capacity, if that is what it is, just go and tell the person. You understand?
Yeah.
People, I don't know why people take it that if someone is broke or someone is this or that, it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Even people who are broke, people who are broke are even happier.
Well, you have
more
I
peace.
guess you have more peace, but also your worth is not tied into money. Everyone is valuable as a person. You're contributing to the world.
Yeah.
So your worth, it's just capitalism that has made it like that, whereby everyone's worth is tied into financial, which is not right at all.
Yeah, because you know I've been he's in the electric wire. Micah. You know here in the UK, children are supposed to be taken care of until at least they are going to a certain school age or something like that. Someone has to be with them. You understand? And we discussed this in, I think, some video. We decided that I'll stay home with the kids and do my creative things, music and what. Yeah. Because it's more of a saving. You understand? Because childcare costs are more. You understand? But then sometime I got a call. People asking you for money. And then you tell them, but remember I told you. Imagine insisting, telling them, remember I told you. I'm remaining with about 4 years and this and this. Of course they don't believe you. But well, jakala bagamba bantu bange. Kamba gambi. Banange. Musasiri. Sente zobawa sizina. Naye niwe mbanzi funye. Sijaziba. Because what is the point of giving people money? The problem that you don't understand is that once you give people money, they will come back for more. They will feel entitled. Okay. And I don't like entitlement. Okay. I don't like it because that will be slavery. It will be what? Call it black tax. What?
Black tax.
I'm sorry.
You say that now, by the way, Edward. But anyway, because I feel like it depends on who the person is.
Yeah, it depends on who the person is. Yeah. But also, even if it depends on the person who it is, you have to give realistic money. You understand? You won't be here. You're here making the money. Yeah, you're providing for us. Then when I make the money, then I start saying, oh, I want to give a family Uganda this. No. It's not going to work like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay? That's how problems come in marriage and people start separating and doing what? I'm not going to risk my marriage for that. Okay? I'll risk losing you. But I won't risk losing my family. Neither. You people beat around the bush. I tell you what it is. If it is XYZ, you have it. Okay?
Okay. So
and when I come to Uganda, I'll stop there.
By the time this video comes out, we will have gone to Uganda and we'll have come back. So that would be fun.
So probably you'll know what happens when I come to Uganda.
So anyway.
So wait. When I come to Uganda, I'm broke, okay? I don't have a single coin. I'm broke.
But by the time you're watching this, you've already been to Uganda, and you'll know the truth of what happened.
They'll know what happened. Yeah, that I was pissed.
So anyway, I guess we've gone in a roundabout, which is fine. But you've talked about for you the things you want to do as your personal plans now that you have ILR. Me, my personal plans now that I have ILR is to, after next year, probably not this year, to work on my own business as my own, like my self-employment things, like my detangled mind stuff, doing therapy for people, group therapy, one-on-one therapy, different therapies, as myself personally, which I've actually been doing, but once in a while, not so much, again, because I do want to make so much money. Imagine, because I was worried about the tax implications, especially when you're on a visa.
But I told you, you can see that money is there.
But in the meantime, I'll do my therapy. I'll do that. I'll do therapy for you.
I told you that money is there. I'm open for therapy, anything like that. Because honestly, these people, they're just, you understand?
Yeah, because clearly this conversation has shown how you still have some more traumas that I think talking about it is helpful.
Talking about it is helpful, but it's not like you know about what, but it's just that there are questions I need answers to.
Yeah.
But these guys here, not even guys, these people here, you understand? They're the people supposed to be acting, in a way, but they take it.
Yeah, take it.
So viewers.
So
that's
anyway,
it.
yeah,
Definitely and what and kasavu kanyama. But generally, as I summarize, I'm happy where I am. I'm happy. This is home. So I take home. So yeah, I came here. This is my home. Every time you say you want to go back, go.
Yeah, I still want to go back.
You can go.
Okay.
Okay.
See, in our next video, if you want to watch the video with the process of how to apply for ILR, then watch this video next.
Yeah.